PCA Children, Youth, and Family Ministry Network Board of Directors, I'd like to present to you the state of the network. During this last year, I have relied on this scripture from Ecclesiastes 3. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. This year has reinforced what we already knew. Just when we think we have ministry figured out, something changes. An adult leader cancels, a flight gets delayed, a child gets sick at an event or on a mission trip, or a pandemic shows up. Through all of this, we walk with children, youth, and their families. One of the greatest joys in ministry is sharing the light of Christ with everyone we encounter, no matter what. Each and every person attending Extravaganza adapted their ministry this year and continues to be a light in our world. Together, we are a beacon of light to those around us. There are times when our light shines brighter, but our light is always there. Some of the highlights from this last year include: we completed our 3-year discipling cohort initiative. There have been 32 coaches who led 43 cohort groups involving 137 cohort members through 9 sessions in a year to create a personal development plan. The launching of prayer partners at last year's Extravaganza. What a great year to have a prayer partner as we adapted our ministries and our lives. A stronger multicultural initiative. This initiative started in 2015 and has been well received, with over 100 people attending since it began. Our network volunteers now include many people who were first introduced to the network through this initiative. They serve as musicians, main stage speakers, MCs, workshop leaders, board members, on the Extravaganza team, and more. Due to COVID-19, the leadership team adapted, and this year they're hosting a family reunion for all the past attendees. Over 1,100 people are registered to attend this weekend, and network membership is just over 800 people. On behalf of the board, I thank you for your flexibility, grace, dedication, creativity, and energy. You did what it takes to endure a pandemic that has forever changed our ministries and our network. Thanks to the staff of the network who continue to work behind the scenes to keep the network thriving. Thanks to Todd Bugler, our Executive Director, for his leadership and dedication. Thank you to all of our partners who are walking with us in this unprecedented time. And a huge thank you to all of the amazing volunteers who have put in countless hours to make Extravaganza happen and execute all the network programs. That's over 100 volunteers. The flexibility during a pandemic is another example of their light shining to make the world just a little bit brighter. And finally, you are the hands and feet of God. You share the light of Christ with all you meet. You are the beacon that represents the network. We are called to be the church now and in the future. We are ever changing and know there is a time for everything. We are excited to see what God will do in 2021, and I invite all of you to be a part of whatever that is. Let's work together in this time of change and be a beacon of bright light. Let's do it for each other, for our children, youth, and families, and for our country. Take the good news and share it time and time again. Go in peace. Serve the Lord.